guys, welcome. So we're not going to do the 12 sign read today. We are going to do general reads. It's pretty hot in the studio. Probably only marginally better than the greenhouse, and the 12 sign reads take a little bit longer. So I don't feel like I'm going to have enough time to do that before the heat really gets going here. We'll do some general reads today. We got the numbers here, so we'll start with these numbers. We'll see what comes forward. If any of this resonates with you, it might mean that this read is going to have a more personal touch for you. We have the number 7, we have 4, 12. The month of July comes forward, 30, 13. We're going to grab some more here. We had a few come up, and then these guys went sideways. So we have 15. The month of February, the month of January, 6, 29, the month of June, and the month of August came forward. That was a lot of months to come forward. We'll try some letters here. We'll see what letters pop forward. You're going to know if any of this has a more special meaning to you. Let's see. So we have O, we have Y, we have L, we have B. This possibly spells boy. Wonder what that's all about. Z, we'll get a couple more before we get going with anything else here. We have J, A, and V. Interesting. All right, we'll stop there, and then we're going to use tokens. I'm being told tokens, so we'll grab a few of these guys, and we'll see what comes forward. So 1, 2, 3. We always use 3 here. So we have the moon. The moon token popped up here. Chariot and Empress. Interesting. Moving on. Empress. Empress is about growth, personal growth, healing. Moving on. What's that Chariot all about? I don't know. Let's see what we got here. So we got sacrifice on the third eye chakra. I'm going to tell you that third eye chakra, that is your intuition coming forward. There might have been something you had to sacrifice based on your intuition. Something inside you just said, this is wrong, this is not going to get you what you want, or this is toxic for you. Interesting though, we do have the Destiny card that came out right next to Harmony. So whatever this choice was that you made, this thing that you sacrificed, trusting your intuition, you did the right thing because you're actually on your destined path. All of this was supposed to happen to take you to something else. It's like taking you to that Harmony card. I don't know if it's going to speak to like a relationship or just finding balance within your own life. We're going to grab a few more. Stand your ground. We have power, triumph, disruption. I'm going to move these guys. I'm just going to tuck them back behind here for now. And we have trapped in fear. I think you were going through a cycle of some sort, especially with this disruption, this trapped in fear, this fear of change. But whatever it was toxic. It was not working for you. It wasn't getting you what you wanted. This was something that you had to move away from. This was something that you had to sacrifice. It's like hoping that whatever it was going to become something. It was going to turn into sort of this dream. It was going to turn into triumph. It was going to turn into harmony. But recognizing the situation for what it was, instead of for what you hoped it would be, that's where I feel like this disruption came in. And this sort of standing your ground, this recognizing this is not working for you, this is not going to work for you, and it's not going to magically turn into what you're hoping that it's going to be or what you're trying to make it into be. Because I do feel like this was something you put a lot of time, effort, and emotion into, in having it change and having it become what you wanted it to be. But it was like this realization it was never going to be that. And in the meantime, I feel like you were sacrificing way too much of yourself as well. Giving over, it was almost like giving your power away. It's almost like giving your power away. So like not taking action, not making other changes in your life, not moving towards certain goals, or not making certain goals happen or manifest that you were really hoping for, and things that are really important to you, because you're so busy sort of focusing on this and hoping that this piece would fall into place, or this would become that goal or take you to that goal. And it took time to be able to recognize that it was actually holding you back from that goal. It was never going to integrate and become part of it. It was something that was never going to get you there. It was like stalling you up. Whatever it was stalling you up. But it was like you had to go through this lesson so that you could learn to step away from certain situations and that everything was going to be okay. It wasn't like this one situation that you were in, if this didn't work out, you'd never get what you want kind of thing. It was like recognizing that you can still have what you want, but this piece of things is not going to be a part of it. This is not going to be where you're getting it. You're going to have to move out into another situation. That takes a lot of courage to recognize. It does. Not everybody can do that. Some people sit in it forever and ever and then just get bitter and bitchy that it never turned into what they hoped it would. I never really understand why, but you were able to be aware enough and to think about your situation from an objective point of view to be able to come to this conclusion. That's extremely powerful, and that is why we have the Empress coin here. That is more high vibrational energy. That is healing. That is evolution. That is personal growth. It was huge. It was huge for you to be able to delve deep into be able to find these things for yourself. I think, like I said, your intuition told you this was never going to be what you wanted it to be. And I don't know if it told you that from earlier on and it was something you didn't really want to believe because you were really hoping in your heart that this would turn into something, so you sort of set that piece of things aside. But I do see in that third eye chakra, like you kind of knew. You knew. And it did take time, but you did listen to your intuition. You did listen to your intuition. You did find your self-empowerment, and you did try to turn this thing around. We're going to grab a tarot deck for your read. So I need a tarot deck. And this is the one that I'm being drawn to. I'm going to move that guy over. Okay, so can you give me more clarification on the situation, tarot, please, and thank you. 7 of Cups, choices are important. Absolutely. Interesting. Ooh. And we had the moon pop out again. We got the moon coin. We got the moon card here. This was about a relationship. That's what's going on. This was about a relationship. That 2 of Cups tells me that. This was something that you would hope would turn into. I'm going to show you this harmony card. This is what you hoped it would become. But you were the only one doing the work. And that's why you had to come to that conclusion that this was not going to get you that harmony. This was not going to get you this idea of a soulmate connection. It's not that you can never have this soulmate connection, or because this one doesn't work out, this connection with this person, that you'll never get to have it. This is your one and only shot. It was recognizing that if you want to have it, it's not going to be with this person, because this person is not putting in the effort. You're the only one putting in the effort in this situation. And I see this too, this recognizing that you can still have what you want, recognizing that you can still attract in suitors, you can still attract in love when you're ready, if it's what you're looking for, but you weren't going to get happiness and you weren't going to get balance from this situation. Absolutely not. 2 of Cups. It's like you're responsible for the world that you create. This was part of what you came to. This was part of the conclusion that you came to, that by choosing to stay in this relationship, you were choosing to stay in this dynamic. And you were choosing to make this your world, and recognizing that that's not what you wanted. You wanted more, and you could make that happen by sacrificing this, by stepping away, by choosing yourself. Because I don't feel like you've chosen yourself for a while when you were in this relationship, and it was like finally choosing yourself and putting yourself first. That's why we had that Stand Your Ground card come out. Finally choosing yourself. The Knight of Wands. I think you chose to move on. You chose to move on. You chose to sacrifice this thing. 7 of Pentacles is sitting right next to Triumph. 7 of Pentacles is an abundant harvest. It's funny, the number at the top of the Triumph card is 7. The number at the top of the Stand Your Ground card is 7. In numerology, 7 represents wisdom and intuition. I get pulled back to the third eye chakra card, which is your intuition. This was huge for you. I think we did pull a 7 in one of these numbers up top too, didn't we? Well, let's keep going and see what we got here. 6 of Cups. 5 of Swords. I don't think this relationship was like always smooth too. I do feel like there were periods of time where you separated with this energy and then came back. Because I feel like there was promises, maybe from their side about changing, or they had seen the light, and because this was something that you wanted to nurture long-term and turn into a long-term connection, you gave it a go again. Because I do feel like this was something that was like cycles, and it may not have been a whole lot of break up, get back together, break up, get back together, but I do feel it happened at least once in the past, and we tried again. The 5 of Swords, but like recognizing that this person hadn't really changed. They hadn't really changed. They were saying the words, but the words were not matching with the actions. You know, watching what somebody does instead of listening to what they're saying. The Hangman. Again, the Hangman says you are in control, and I think you realized it too. That's part of that wisdom that came forward for you, that you can make life what you want. I don't know if they've come back since all of this, because I that's what I was feeling with this cycle thing. Like, they don't really get that you're done, because in the past you guys have come back together and you guys have gone for another cycle. So I feel like they're still expecting that. Whoever this energy is that you're dealing with, they're still expecting like another cycle, another round of this. But that's not what's going to happen, because you're not who you were anymore. You're not that person anymore. You've changed. You've evolved. You've taken on like this Empress energy where you have that evolution, that personal growth. You don't look at this person the way you used to anymore. You don't look at the situation the way that you used to. Your new perspective says this will never get me what I want, and I don't want to sit and stew in it and waste my time. Absolutely. Because I see them coming back. I see this person coming back for another round. I see them coming back like this Page of Cups. And you know what? I do think they care for you. I do think this person has feelings for you. I don't get that they're some miserable, raging SOB. I really don't. I don't feel like they put as much effort in as you did. I don't think they recognized you for the giving, loving partner that you were. I don't think they appreciate you. I still don't think they're willing to put the work in. I think they're used to this being cycles. And so that's why they're coming back for another round without really understanding that you've changed your perspective and you've changed the way that you're choosing to live, and that this relationship is really not going to work for you anymore. Like I said, I do see that they care. I do see there are emotions there in them wanting to come back. But this person has their own shit that they need to deal with. They have growing up to do, is what it is. They have growing up to do. Interesting. Four of Wands. I just get that they're really immature. Whoever this is really emotionally immature. Four of Wands, the Sun card. Because, like, you're looking to settle down. You're looking for a grown-up partner. You're looking for long-term commitment. You're looking for building a life with somebody. This person, deeper commitment is not something that I feel fear. When I talk about long-term commitment and I delve into this person's energy, I feel fear. So I don't think they know how to do that. I don't think they know how to be open emotionally. This is their own baggage, and this is stuff that they need to deal with. This is not for you to fix or anybody else to fix. This is them for them to decide that that's not how they want to live, and that they're going to change in their own life. I don't see them doing that just yet, though. I still feel this immature, and we're used to cycles, and like the dynamic has been set with you, and that's what they expect in a relationship with you, is the same dynamic that you guys were living through. King of Wands. It's like game playing energy. It keeps everything stalled out, right? When we play these mind games, when we stay emotionally aloof, when it's sort of break up, get back together kind of things, it keeps shit stagnant. It keeps things from moving forward. It keeps things from getting deeper, from progressing. This person wants you to come back. We have the Chariot again. Now I'm going to tell you, we had it in the coin, we have it in the card. Sometimes the Chariot can represent a Cancer energy. So one of you might have Cancer in your chart or be a Cancer. But I do feel like this person wants to reel you back in. They want to reel you back in for another go. Now, I'm going to tell you, we have the Wheel of the Year here. This is your Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this card sitting where it is in this read tells me that you are at a crossroads when this person comes back your way. So if you keep progressing in this powerful way that you're doing, this trusting your intuition, this personal growth, this Empress energy, learning your lessons and moving forward into a brighter future, your Wheel of Fortune is going to turn. It's going to turn in a very positive way. If you come back with this person, which is entirely up to you what you do, your journey may be stalled out. It's like, I see the Wheel of Fortune like grinding to a halt. And it's just sitting still, because that's what this person is. This person is sitting still. This person is the same cycles. They are being stagnant. They will keep you stagnant. They'll keep you stalled out. I will tell you too, this person did come forward as the Emperor. They're coming forward as the King of Wands. Sometimes the Emperor can represent an Aries. Okay. And Wands is a fire sign. It does represent fire signs, which are Sag, Aries, and Leo. So this person might have a lot of Aries in their chart or be an Aries too. 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands. Yeah, they want reconciliation. This person wants to come back with, like I said, it keeps it in cycles. And that's the way it's been in the past. If you look at your past, when you guys have separated and then come back together, I think there's been sort of this kind period, and then it sort of goes back to like the 5 of Wands, arguing, conflict. And then we sort of go back into that cycle if you guys do separate or take time apart, and then we come back. And it's like again and again, but it never gets any farther. Right? It never gets past a certain point before it devolves into the same thing. And they're the driving force behind sending it in that direction. The Queen of Swords. See, and you see that truth now. You're like this Queen of Swords. You see the truth now for what it is. That was part of this, I don't know if I want to call it an epiphany, but it's definitely an aha moment that you had where you're like, this is cycles. This is not something that's going to get me what I want. You know, this is something that needs to be sacrificed. This is this moment of trusting your intuition and really believing in it. And the 5 of Pentacles tells me that you're resilient too. So this was hurtful. This was a hurtful truth to recognize. This was a hurtful truth to act upon. Even if it was standing up for yourself and taking your power back and disrupting a dysfunctional cycle, it was still hurtful because you had your heart invested in this person. But you are resilient and you will heal. And you will come back for this because you are choosing you. You're choosing to put yourself forward. You're choosing positivity and personal healing and growth. And we just had the 9 of Pentacles pop up, which is just like this Empress. This is that beautiful self-confidence. Self-confidence, independence, finding empowerment. The King of Swords. Who are you and where do you sit? We're going to grab a few more. Tell me about this King of Swords, please, Tarot. Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. I feel another energy involved. I don't know if this is... I'm not saying this person is having affairs. I'm not saying this person is cheating. This might be someone from their past. I have the 6 of Pentacles here. I actually feel like this is like co-parenting situation with their ex. Like they have kids with somebody else. But I do feel like perhaps you have suspicions or you feel like that relationship is too close or that relationship sort of brings drama into your relationship. Because whoever this Queen of Cups is, I'm trying to reach into this energy. This would be their ex. This is their ex who they have kids with. There's something there. I don't know if this Queen of Cups still has feelings for this person because they do share children. The King of Swords is representing this person who you've stepped away from. I don't feel an emotional connection to the Queen of Cups. I don't feel a love connection. It doesn't necessarily mean there is an inappropriateness going on, but I don't feel love for that person on their side. I do feel they genuinely care for you. But there's some sort of game they're running over that way too. It's contributing to the games that they were running with you. It's contributing to keeping everything stuck, causing you fear, causing you worry about what the hell they're up to, if they're really committed to you, which way they're going with things. It's like, I think they did it on purpose. I don't know that there is a relationship there. I don't know that they don't lead this Queen of Cups on into thinking there might be something more. Because they don't have love for that Queen of Cups, but that Queen of Cups does have some emotion for them. I do feel like on some levels they play that person too, to their benefit. I feel like it added to the instability in your relationship though. It added to the drama, it added to the problems, it added to this trapped in fear. And it just added to the discord. It just kept things from being harmonious. It kept things from moving forward. It kept things from growing. So you're this Empress energy. You've learned these lessons. You've taken time to think about this situation, to think about the reality of what it was, not what you hoped it was going to turn into, where it was sort of in your heart. You looked at it with brutal, honest truth, which is absolutely hard to do. But you came to a very powerful conclusion. And not only did you come to that conclusion, then you then found the strength and the courage to act upon it. That's huge. That's huge because it took some sacrifice to be able to do that. Big time. Yeah, I do see them coming back. I do see them coming back. Knight of Swords, though. They still don't feel like they did anything to contribute to the situation. They don't feel like there was anything wrong with the dynamic. This person enjoys the dynamic that they held between the two of you. It kept things from moving on and moving forward. It kept you in their life, so they kind of had what they wanted. They're still dabbling in whatever it is with this Queen of Cups. Like I said, I get the vibe that it's mean. I get the vibe that they're being mean to this Queen of Cups, that they're leading this person on. They're using this person's emotions to manipulate them as well. It's just, they're kind of like this magician. They're being really manipulative. And like I said, I'm not saying they're a horrible person, but they got some stuff that they need to work on if they want to have functional relationships with other people. Yeah, and I just see them coming back to you like this Page of Wands, but still not willing to admit that this was what it was, and that their behavior is contributing to it, that it did in the past, is continuing now, that there's shit going on over with this Queen of Cups that they're contributing to, and it's a driving force. I don't think they'll tell you anything about what's going on there. I think they like to keep that sort of, the truth of it quiet, and just sort of use bits and pieces to manipulate those around them. The Ace of Cups. Just, you're freaking better off starting a new beginning, and I think you know that. You're better off healing. You're better off by yourself, finding balance, allowing yourself a chance to grieve the loss of this relationship so that you can let go of it and move forward instead of getting pulled back in. I do see the Nine of Cups here. I tell you, I see happiness and celebration in your future. I'm not looking at cards and seeing like, a brand new love or a soulmate connection. It doesn't mean that it won't exist in your future, but this read is focusing on your journey, your destined journey of coming home to yourself, of coming into this Empress energy, this Nine of Pentacles energy, finding balance, finding your self-empowerment, finding triumph, harmony, moving away from toxic energy, from dysfunctional energy that throws you off, and learning to trust your intuition. I feel like that was a base lesson here that you had to learn through going through this situation. Trusting your intuition and listening to it a lot sooner. You've made huge strides in personal evolution and personal growth, and it will pay off. Absolutely, it's going to pay off in the future, and it'll pay off eventually down the road when you're ready for a new relationship. But overall, and the most important change is just on the inside and how you feel and how you carry yourself and the energy that you put out into the world. I see a lot of happiness, I see a lot of balance, and I feel a lot of self-confidence when I look at these cards. So this is what you're gaining right now and what you're going to be building on for your future. Alrighty guys, that's your read.